Hello there, Father Tyler here, back with another episode of Ask the Priest. We have reached 100 subscribers. I know that it doesn't seem like a lot in comparison to the really big YouTube stars out there, but I am very proud of the fact that even in the short amount of time that I've had this YouTube channel, we've already hit 3 digits. So thank you to all of you who subscribe. When you subscribe, it just gives me the motivation to want to make more great videos, more good content. So today I'm going to be answering 2 questions from 2 wonderful people. The first question here comes from Stephen. And Stephen asked the question about free will. About if God is all-knowing, well, how does free will work? And that is a great question, but a very complex question. The easiest way that I can explain this is one, we have to understand that God operates in a completely different realm than we as humans do. We as humans, we are limited in how we can live and operate. We are bound by certain constraints. For example, the laws of nature, right? Those are things that we cannot change. We're limited by those kinds of things. But God is not limited. God operates beyond space and time. God is the source, the foundation of all things. He created and brought into existence everything, including natural laws. And so we have to understand that God operates in a completely different realm. He operates beyond space and time, so he is not constrained like we are. In regards to free will and knowledge, I think the answer comes down to this. We have to ask ourselves the question, does foreknowledge of something, does that take away free will? Does that negate free will? And I think the simple answer is no. That having prior knowledge, having foreknowledge of something does not take away somebody's free will. And I'd like to give you a little example to help illustrate this. And this is, unfortunately, I can't take credit. This is from somebody else, a much smarter Catholic individual than I am. But look at this little image here and excuse my poor artwork. So imagine that you are standing at the edge of a cliff, right? That's you right there, that little person. This is kind of an overhead view. But you're standing on top of this very high cliff looking down. And this cliff that you're on, it comes to a point, an angle. And around the angle is a road, right? And so you're standing right there, you're looking down, and you can see on either side of you 2 cars, 2 vehicles coming. Now each driver, they can't see each other. They can't see the other car around the corner. So you're here. And you're looking down, you can see what's going to happen. You can predict that, okay, these 2 cars, they're gonna crash. They're gonna come around this corner and they're gonna collide. You have that prior knowledge of this impending accident. But because you have that knowledge of what's going to happen with these 2 cars, that does not take away the free will of the 2 drivers. The 2 drivers, they're completely free. They could change direction. They could slam on the brakes. They have the ability to alter the way they're going to drive. But you're up there. You can see, oh my gosh, if they don't do something, I can foreshadow this accident. But your prior knowledge of that coming accident doesn't take away their free will as drivers. Now, that's a very rudimentary example, but again, it comes down to prior knowledge that God has does not take away our ability to freely choose. The second question today comes from Teresa, who asks about being consecrated, what that means. Now, when we think of somebody being consecrated, we often think of religious life, a religious brother or sister, and religious life is also called consecrated life. It's synonymous. But what does that mean to be consecrated? Because each of us, via our baptism, we are called as disciples to be consecrated to God in a way. So what does that really mean to have a consecrated life? I think the best way to look at this is to look at the etymology. The word consecrate in English comes from the Latin word consecrare. And consecrare in Latin means to be made holy. And so to be consecrated means in its essence that you are being made holy by your way of life, to be made holy specifically for God. for a brother or sister in religious life, they are being made holy by their life of prayer, by their dedication to that particular religious community, and their commitment to pray in unity with the church. So each one of us, we are called to be consecrated, to be made holy for God by our own particular vocation's way of life. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, write me in my email, should be showing up here below, and I'll be happy to answer it on this channel. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you to all the subscribers, and please pray for me and more vocations to the priesthood.